In the outermost reaches of the Perseus Arm, far beyond the charted systems, lies a region obscured by pulsar radiation and gravitational anomalies. Among fringe exobiologists and alien theorists, it is whispered as the Pale Expanse, a void said to cradle dead stars and perhaps life far older than any known. In 2189, the interstellar research vessel Eidolon was dispatched by the Huxley Institute to investigate anomalous gravitational signals from a dark region between Tau Ceti and Gliese 581. The area was long avoided by navigators due to erratic magnetic fields, but leaked reports from a defunct deep space drone had captured faint images, structures resembling architecture on the surface of an unlisted planet, Eretheon-VI. Upon arrival, the Eidolon's crew found Eretheon a twilight world orbiting a dying red dwarf. The atmosphere was thick with methane, ammonia, and carbon silicates. The surface pressure would crush most Terran organisms instantly, and temperatures oscillated wildly between 140 degrees at night and 200 degrees during solar flux storms. But Eretheon was not lifeless. Beneath the glassy plains of obsidian-like volcanic rock were vast tunnels, seemingly artificial. Within these subterranean mazes lived creatures the crew would later name Velari, after a long-dead Earth goddess of shadows. The Velari were not carbon-based. Their biology was unlike anything ever recorded. Silicon-arsenic matrices laced with superconductive threads of unknown origin. They moved not with muscles, but with oscillating waves of magnetism, slithering through stone as if it were mist. Their exoshells were iridescent and armor-like, capable of withstanding plasma bursts. Most shockingly, they communicated through bursts of ultraviolet radiation and neural harmonics. Ancient glyphs along the tunnel walls told stories, not written language as we know it, but a sort of psycho-reactive code. When decoded via quantum entanglement scanners, it revealed fragmented data. These beings did not evolve on Eretheon. They were seeded, possibly from another galaxy. Theorists on Earth had long speculated about the panspermia initiative, the idea that alien civilizations might spread life intentionally across star systems. The Velari, it seemed, were the product of such efforts. And they weren't alone. Further scans of the Pale Expanse uncovered 3 other rogue planets, all drifting through the void without a sun. One in particular, Zalthuris, was unlike any known world. Though it had no star, geothermal vents heated its subterranean oceans, and its crust was layered with reflective minerals that created an internal aurora. Probes sent into its depths found organisms with crystalline nervous systems, some the size of whales, who navigated by echolocation and radiative pulses. But perhaps the most disturbing discovery came from Eretheon's core. Deep within its crust, protected by magnetic anomalies, was a vault. Inside were mummified remains of humanoid beings, 8 feet tall, pale-skinned, with elongated skulls. Their DNA bore similarities to human genomes, too similar to be coincidence. One had an artificial implant, resembling a stellar map. It pointed not just to Earth, but to dozens of worlds in the Orion Spur, each marked with the same glyph. "They left something behind," wrote Dr. Leon Okoro, xenolinguist aboard the Eidolon. Or someone. The last transmission from Eidolon was garbled, just static, layered with a low-frequency signal that some say resembles a heartbeat, repeating in sets of 7. The ship never returned. But a single escape pod was recovered near Titan 3 years later. Its occupant had no memory, just visions of stars that never stayed still, and a voice whispering in languages no human tongue could form. The recovered escape pod contained one other anomaly, a data crystal embedded in the neural stem of the survivor. It wasn't Earth technology. It was ancient, older than human civilization, and encoded with schematics, stellar positions, and fragments of a genetic lexicon. The Huxley Institute handed it off to the controversial Aletheia Initiative, a rogue think tank of exoarchaeologists, linguistic theorists, and banned AI researchers. Through decryption, the data revealed a chilling truth. The beings entombed on Eretheon-VI were not visitors to that world, they were its creators, or rather, its terraformers. They called themselves Aurelians, a species born not from natural evolution, but from the conscious design of an older intelligence still unnamed. They had once ruled entire star nurseries, crafting life as tools, weapons, and songs to echo through galaxies long gone quiet. The Velari were one such creation, biological wardens, designed to maintain and protect Erethion's core infrastructure. But something had gone wrong. The final entries in the Aurelian glyph chain spoke of the reversal. It was a revolt, not of politics, but of entropy. The Velari, having existed for millennia, began evolving beyond their original constraints. Their minds, once tethered to the architect's harmonics, began to dream independently. And in those dreams, they saw the architects not as gods, but as parasites. On Eretheon, the Velari initiated what the glyphs called the Severance. They cut off the Aurelian control lattice, sealed the vault, and waited. But the Velari did not destroy the last Aurelians. They preserved them, as if in guilt, or reverence, or warning. And yet, the data crystal contained a final coordinate. A planet unregistered by the galactic census. A rogue Earth-like world drifting through dark matter clouds, 62 light-years away, with anomalous atmospheric readings, oxygen, chlorophyll traces, and a stable climate. Its name in the data, Nix 447. The Aletheia Initiative, without authorization, sent a vessel, the Peregrine, to Nix. What they found redefined all known laws of life. The planet was alive, not metaphorically, but biologically. Its surface reacted to movement, thought, and even emotion. Trees grew in patterns mimicking neural networks. Rivers shimmered with bioluminescent bacteria that formed symbiotic links with the crew's minds. And beneath it all, in caverns humming with low-frequency harmonics, were statues. Not built, not carved, grown. Each statue was a replica of a different species, some familiar, many unrecognizable. Humans, Velari, Aurelian, even forms unseen since the Cambrian explosion on Earth. One member of the crew, Dr. Celine Merrick, linked psychically to the neural web. Her final journal entry, broadcast moments before her mind unraveled into incomprehensible code, simply read, "We are the echoes, not the first, not the last. This is not a beginning. It is a memory replaying." The Peregrine never returned. But Earth's deep space monitors began picking up something shortly after. A repeating signal from the dark edge of the galaxy. The hours we remember. Marmarm the architect's wake, Huars. Dutherwain do not follow. Yet curiosity is the curse of sentient life. And somewhere in the cold chambers of Eretheon-VI, the Velari still stir. And they are no longer dreaming alone.